Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport. It is Season 2, we are in the Vanarama National. If you missed the first season, you missed a questionable season. We probably should have gone up as champions. We ballsed it up on the last game of the season, dropping down to third place. We then had to go through the mess of the playoffs, getting to the final, beating Curzon Ashton in the final, securing ourselves a position in the Vanarama National. Obviously, this episode today, or this episode right now, there's probably another one later on today, this is going to be quite an in-depth look at the transfers, the squad, and all sorts of things like that. So, without further ado, let's jump in. First of all, let's take a look at the players that have left the club during the summer. So there's been a number of players that have been released from their contracts for various reasons. Roy Carroll, who played... Did he actually play? I think he played once for us, potentially. Nope, didn't play at all. Roy Carroll has retired and become a manager. Not a very good one either. Dean Woonard has also left the club. I think he was like our assistant manager at some point, but he was a player coach. So yeah, Dean Woonard has left. Andy Parry, Paddy Lacey, Marcus Wood, Devran Green, Morgan Homson-Smith, Dan Hanford and Connor Woods have all left the club on free transfers. I was going to say we'll have a look at the loans that have left the club. No one's left on permanent transfers to actual other teams. I was going to look at the loan players, but we probably need to go through the players that have joined the club first. We are going to start with the only player that we've paid money for, and I honestly don't know why we've paid money for him. I think it was a balls up. Basically, Mikael Scarlett, right back, signed from Yeovil. We've paid £11,000 from, or just over £11,000, and I think it's because we had to pay compensation. I didn't see this until I confirmed the deal. So Mikael Scarlett is our most expensive footballer probably ever. He looks very good. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. We play wing-backs. He's a very good wing-back, basically in that position there. On attack as well. We normally play it on support. So yes, Mikael is in. In no particular order then, for the rest of the players, all joining on free transfers. Aidan Messias, signing formerly of QPR, central midfielder. Gone out on loan to Leamington. They're paying all of his wages, which is always handy for us. Probably not going to get into the first team, but if we can make a bit of money on him in the future, that'll be great. Now, one of our best signings that we've made, 18-year-old Welsh central defender Oliver Denham, formerly of Manchester United, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Probably going to be one of the first names on the team sheet. He is superb, probably, I assume, for this level of football. Another central defender to join from a Premier League side is Tom Sams, 19-year-old English central defender, formerly of Leicester and Huddersfield apparently, 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Technically, he's spot on for a central defender, so I'm hoping for good things. I don't know whether he's going to be playing regularly, probably will be. And another central defender signed from a Premier League side is David Agbonthoma, maybe, signed from Southampton, 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Once again, like Tom Sams, he's pretty good technically, can't header, he's 6'4", can't header, his jumping reach is 15, can't header. Needs to learn how to header, but I think he could be a very useful option as well. With our 3 central defenders that we often play, we've now got 3 brand new ones who are actually quite good to supplement the ones who are already here. Further up the field then, this was the first signing I ever made during the summer, and it was Cameron Archer, the former Aston Villa striker, who's actually played a game for the Villa first team, signing on a free transfer, getting paid probably too much money. £825 a week is almost certainly too much money. 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. I'm hoping him and Raul Correa are going to be absolute beasts together. Did I mention signing young defenders from Premier League sides? Because we've done it again. It's Morgan Boys, the 19-year-old Welsh left-back signed from Liverpool. Probably going to be our first choice left-back. We kind of struggle in that position. So Morgan Boys, obviously 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. Actually looks quite a good option. Can't cross, which is a bit of a worry, but maybe we can train that into him. Moving further up the field then, to central midfielder, formerly of Maidstone and Ashford United. So not a huge name, this one is Sam Corn, 24-year-old English central midfielder, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Probably a good option. Gives us some more options in the middle of the pitch. That's why I've got him. Also, he's got shoots from distance. And with long shots of 6, that can only go well, right? George Wilson is up next, another central midfielder, this time signing from Blackburn, a local club, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to be Southport. There are a lot of clubs in the northwest of England, where players like George Wilson probably wouldn't consider signing for somebody like a Dover, because it's a long way for him to travel. So George Wilson has joined, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential central midfielder, will probably be playing a reasonable amount of football as that ball-winner midfielder role. Another central midfielder to join, this time formerly of Carlisle and Northampton, is 24-year-old English central midfielder Jack Bridge. 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Probably not going to hit his potential, but I think we've got a good player here. Getting paid probably the most money out of everyone. £1,300 a week. That's how we say it as English people. He is, like I said, probably one of our most expensive players, but he looks bloody good. He's also got a 3-year contract, which could be a bad thing. Do you remember Iwan Murray, the player who we loaned from Chester last season? We've signed him and then loaned him to TNS in Wales. So yeah, we brought him in because he did all right for us. He played twice. He did okay. So he's now gone to play for TNS, and apparently he's come off the bench in a Europa League tie. So that's a change of career for him, isn't it? It was against Glenavon, so it wasn't exactly anybody exciting, but he's played a Europa League game. Our second player to sign from Southampton is 18-year-old English right and left winger Rio Glean. He's been brought in for when we want to play our inverted winger situations. So 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's fast, he's real fast, which most people say that to kind of battle out in the lower leagues, you want really good physicals. Technically, it doesn't really matter. Mentally, it doesn't really matter as much. Physically, he's pretty good. The third player to join from Southampton, I'm a Southampton fan in case you haven't realised, so that's kind of why I've picked up some of these players, is Kingsley Latham, 21-year-old English goalkeeper. He is going to be our backup, 2-star current ability, 4-star potential. Probably won't see a huge amount of him throughout the season, but he's there if we need him. And finally, another midfielder, this time an attacking midfielder, is Stan Flaherty, formerly of Arsenal, getting paid a reasonable sum, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's going to give Devontae Arancibia a run for his money, I think. Stan might be our first choice attacking midfielder pretty much the moment the season starts. Another few things to mention. Akil Wright, who was here on loan last season, has been released from his club. However, if I try and sign him, he wants a lot of nonsense. And he wants probably too much money. Although, is that too much money? We're well over our wage budget. I've kind of given up with that. Another player who was here on loan last season, Harry Woodward, has extended his loan deal. Although I can't see him being our first choice right back this season. But Harry Woodward is here for another season. And so is Clayton Lewis, a player who I thought we weren't going to be able to get because he's from New Zealand and only New Zealand. Because of Brexit happening, I was expecting them to just go, no, you're not allowed him. Apparently we're fine. We're allowed to keep Clayton Lewis for another year, which is perfect. Because he was really good for us last year. Ruben Sammer also has been released from his contract at Sunderland, but much like Akil Wright, I think he wants too much money. He doesn't even want to join us. Doesn't care. Also, a little bit more loan news to talk about. Nathan Baxter has signed for Lymington on loan. Elliot Richards to Nuneaton Borough. Yannick Aziakuno has gone to Darlington, that's his name. Harry Smith to Kettering. Moyes Cromer to Hensford. Hughes Metz to Blythe. And Russell Benjamin has gone to Boreham Wood. So yeah, we've done some business. Some business has happened. I'm happy with the way our squad looks. So I guess the best thing to do is take a look at the scout report. So our overall best 11, apparently, according to our scouts. In goal is going to be Brad Watkins, Adu Prepper, Agbonthoma and Denham as the back three. Boys and Scarlett as the two wing-backs. Lewis, Bridge, Flaherty, Archer and Newell. So, I mean, that's fairly similar to what I was expecting. Maybe not so much George Newell, possibly Raul Correa. Archer might be playing as a pressing forward instead. Oh, so the analyst report gives us some information as well. There's a lot of strengths there for this level of football. That's good. Weaknesses. Need more right backs. We don't. We've got 2. We're fine. We need wing backs. We're fine. We need left backs. We're fine. Jack Dawes are decent. What? No, we're fine. Though the top 4 there, they're talking about lack of depth. We're fine. We've got 2 in both positions. Not a problem. I'm also not sure when they talk about weaknesses. What are they comparing this to? Is this comparing to like the best teams in the world or teams in our league? I'm not quite sure, but I'm optimistic. I'm not expecting to be winning the league. And luckily for us as well, the board aren't expecting for us to be winning the league. They are expecting a mid-table finish, which was not what they expected. Last season, I'm pretty sure they did turn around and say, we want you to battle bravely against relegation, and now they're saying mid-table. I don't think mid-table's really going to happen. Okay, apparently the bookies seem to think that 10th place, so mid-table could happen. Fair enough. So looking at, this is what I don't know whether this is this like the bookies suggest this is what they think we're going to be playing. Morecambe Boys will not be playing there. Watkins, Denham, Adu, Prepper and Boys. Boys will not be there. I mean, it's basically the same as kind of what we expected, apart from Boys should be there, and that should be a central defender. Hold on. Hold on. What is this nonsense? Manager, Stuart Pearce. 1-star reputation, manager tenure, 1 year, 32 days. Personality, spineless. Spineless? Where are you getting that from? What have I done to deserve that? How can I find out why people think I'm spineless? How do I know this? Why? Tell me how. How do I find this out? Is it because I break promises? Apparently I've promised a lot of things to people. I mean, admittedly, I don't know what I'm promising half the time. Do I have bad relationships? There's a lot of people who are distant, but I'm very close with a lot of players from the youth team, apparently, and George Newell and Harry Woodward. Media Dream 11 then. Annoyingly, we've got nobody in there. If we have a quick look, they always pick 2 players from each team. It is George Newell and Clayton Lewis who are 2 stars. That kind of makes sense. Right, I think that might do it for this episode. What we are going to do next episode, which will be later on today, ignore the finance and salary, this bit, just don't look at that. Don't look at that, it's fine, we're £250,000 in debt. Next episode, we will go for the first game of the season up against Aldershot, who, I've completely forgot this. Let's have a quick look. What are we expecting? Aldershot. They're 7th. Okay, if we beat Aldershot, I will be surprised, but we're going to give it our best try anyway. Hopefully we can pick up some points. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back later on today with the first game of the season up against Aldershot, and we can see how well our new signings, first of all, blend in with the team. Secondly, how amazing we're going to be in the Conference National.